Hello everyone, sorry if my voice sounds off because I'm sick. So today I'm going to be making a card for my boyfriend's graduation party. Now I've already made a little pamphlet of like a demo of how I want this card to go because it needs to flip out in a certain direction and where I want to put like the gift and all these different things. So I've made this little card to help me get through it. So this card was hard to make. And what sucked the most is that my recording acted up, so I wasn't able to completely show me drawing all of the card. Regardless of that, I have quite a bit of footage to show you of me boringly making the card, so I decided that I would do that regardless. So I had this leftover big sheet of paper that I used to have over my desk. I would put this big sheet all the way over the top of my desk, and then I would doodle on it whenever I got bored. Because my desk is wooden and old, it had a lot of bumps in the furnish of the desk, which made like drawing on it really bumpy. So I would put this over top of it. But I haven't used that in like quite a long time, probably 3 years. So I had this still, and I decided that to make the card as long as I needed to make it and the dimensions I wanted to make it, I could just cut the card out of that tube of paper. Sorry about my cat. He really got into this craft, so he's going to be all around everywhere. His name is Samson. He's like a month old. Anyway, so I decided to make it 6 inches tall, and then I sectioned each page to be 6 inches wide. And sorry about all the head shots you're going to get right here. So I decided that it was going to be easiest if I just followed exactly how I did it on the pamphlet, which actually took quite a bit of time to really get how I wanted the pages to open. So I had to look at it, and I had to draw out, like, how big did I want each page, and if I wanted each page 6 centimeters, how big did I want, how long did the piece have to be entirely. And then I had to measure how much, how big the money was, so I made sure the money fit in the money pouch that I made. It was just quite a lot of work. So I started with the back inside panel, and I made the money pouch first. And it was real simple because I knew already how big it needed to be and how much extra room I needed on that page because I wanted them all to be 6 inches. And so I had to carefully and meticulously do the task of folding each of these pages. I started by measuring 6 inches, putting the ruler down and folding it, and measuring and folding it, and measuring and folding it. But very quickly, that became impractical to me, and I thought that it would take me just forever if I continued to do it this way. So after a little while of measuring and going and measuring and going, I just decided to use the actual length of the already existing pages, and I used the ruler to just sharpen the edge of the crease, and that went a lot faster than what I had already been doing. Now, I will show you guys a finished project of this eventually, probably. I'll need to post it on my Instagram still. Sadly, I've already given this away to my boyfriend Sam, who received it, but I will be over at his house, and I will get photos of it to post on Instagram, so if you all wanted to see the finished product, you could. I ended up putting realistic drawings of us all throughout the pages for big milestones that had happened this year. So we had like his graduation, going to prom, his senior prom, so my second senior prom, but his first senior prom, and his senior prom, sorry. And I had us getting the cat, and I had just a lot of really fun memories, and like, look at what we've done through this past year. So, So I cut a little bit of flap over the top because I wanted it to be kind of like a book, and I wanted to be able to close it because I was worried that if I kept it open that it would just fly everywhere if it got windy or something. So this is me figuring out how to fold it. Good luck. Anyway, I decided to put all these pictures in there, and I drew them by hand. So it took me, I think, about 6 to 8 hours to finish this card, from start to finish. So like from long tube of paper to fully finished, handing him the card. The front and back were watercolored, and everything else was penciled, I think. I might have inked a little bit, but I think most of it was penciled. So with that, what was I saying, Sandra? I decided to use these sticky notes so that I had a logical timeline for how to open the book, because it was really confusing, but it turned out okay. But sadly, the adhesive in the back of the sticky note was too strong for the paper the card was made of, so it tore it up a little bit, and I was like really upset at it at first. But it turned out to be a-okay, and it wasn't that big of a deal at the end. Now, I worked really hard on this, and I think that he really saw that I worked really hard on it, and my cat continuously interrupted me throughout the entire thing, which made it only take quite a bit longer. And so with the outline and the prototype maybe completed, I decided that the first thing I was going to work on was the front cover page. And I wanted the cover page to like really pop, so that's why I did the front and the back in watercolor. So I decided I was just going to have a simple design for the front. So I make a whole bunch of little hearts everywhere in my watercolor. And the water was a little bit much for the paper. It bled through on the other side, which I didn't really care about because I think it looked really interesting. But it was kind of, if I would have known that would have happened, I would have used something else, probably colored pencil or crayon, rather than, do you say crayon or crayon? I say crayon, sorry, rather than watercolor. And so I had a few instances where I put too much water on the paper, so I had to dab it dry, and that kind of hurt the integrity of the paper a little bit, I think. So I was really worried about it flaking off, and just I was worried that bad things would happen to it, so I had to be really careful. I just continually made hearts, and I about halfway through making my hearts, I realized I could have made them in a heart pattern, and that would have been really cute, but I was already halfway done, so I could not have done that. Now, the back just said congratulations on it, but I recorded all that watercolor too, and I'm quite upset that I lost that footage, but stuff happens, and nothing you can do about it now, and I have a very kind of that outlook on life too, I think. Anyway, the front cover is almost done. I created a little bit more hearts, and I wrote his name on the front. His name is Sam. We have an Instagram, just follow it. And I connected all the little hearts with some lines just to really, like, I don't know, I think it really brought it together on the page, and they weren't so random anymore. And I really just wanted to show him that I was proud of him and what he did this year, because he worked really hard to get good grades, and he was just really on top of things this year, and made time for me, even being busy, and worked his job, and just did a whole bunch of things. And now we have a cat, and life is just going the way it does. So I start watercoloring the back, but the video cuts off, sadly. So, it is just, he's someone I really care about. And so I wanted to make sure that I captured that in this. What I'm doing right now is sketching congratulations because I can't spell it. Anyway, I will post these pictures on Instagram. I want to thank you all for watching. He had a great graduation. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.